Right now, 4 astronauts are flying to the Moon as part of the Artemis II mission. But this is only the first small step in NASA's grand plan, which the agency outlined at the end of March. Over the next decade, about 80 launches are planned, most involving landings on Earth's satellite, all aimed at one very ambitious goal: building a permanently inhabited lunar base. We took a closer look at this futuristic NASA project and asked experts how realistic and safe it actually is. Bringing humans back to the Moon. The Artemis program, under which the United States decided to resume lunar missions, was approved back in 2017. The name is symbolic. Artemis is the sister of Apollo, after whom the previous lunar program was named. The first Artemis mission was the launch of the SLS rocket, with the Orion spacecraft carrying mannequins equipped with sensors. The launch took place on November 16, 2022, and the spacecraft spent 25 days in space. The mission was generally considered successful, although some design flaws in the heat shield were identified. NASA had planned to carry out the second mission 2 years later with astronauts on board, but without a lunar landing, and promised that in 2025 humans would once again step onto the Moon's regolith for the first time since the Apollo era. However, due to numerous issues, the launch was repeatedly delayed, and Artemis II only took place on April 2, 2026. Beyond returning humans to the Moon, Artemis also aimed to build the Lunar Gateway, an orbital station around the Moon. It was intended to become the first space station beyond low Earth orbit and a transfer point for future crewed missions to Mars. Astronauts would transfer from a crew capsule to the station, then board landers for descent to the lunar surface. However, Lunar Gateway will not be built. On March 24, 2026, ENASA announced a major reorganization of the Artemis program and cancelled the orbital station. Instead, the focus has shifted to building a habitable base directly on the Moon, complete with living modules, infrastructure, and transportation. The plan is truly ambitious: dozens of lunar missions and the creation of a lunar base within the next 10 years. Phase 1. The long-awaited lunar landing. The plan is divided into 3 phases, each expected to cost about $10 billion. The first phase, already underway with Artemis II, runs through 2028 and includes 25 launches and 21 landings, delivering about 4,000 kg of cargo to the Moon. This phase will focus heavily on communication systems, including 2 constellations of communication satellites in lunar orbit. In 2028, ENASA plans a long-awaited crewed landing using landers from SpaceX or Blue Origin. Astronauts will explore potential sites for the lunar base. 2 rovers the size of golf carts will also be deployed, 1 crewed and 1 autonomous for exploration and resource scouting, capable of speeds up to 10 km/h. Another rover, VIP-ER Volatiles, investigating polar exploration rover, will search for water and other volatile compounds, substances crucial for habitability. It will also help identify new scientific research sites. Lunar drones will accompany the rovers, exploring hard-to-reach areas by hopping distances of up to 50 km. The first batch of 4 drones is expected to launch in 2028. Phase 2. Infrastructure and site preparation. The second phase, from 2029 to 2032, includes 27 launches and 24 landings, delivering 60,000 kg of payload, 15 times more than in Phase 1. This phase focuses on building infrastructure, power systems, communications, and site preparation for the base. More advanced rovers will be deployed, including a pressurized vehicle developed jointly by NASA and JAXA. It will serve as a mobile habitat for 2 astronauts, capable of traveling at about 3.5 km/h, carrying 3,000 kg of cargo, and operating in shadow for up to 150 hours. NASA also plans to install solar panels and establish surface communication networks with a range of up to 10 km. Additionally, a landing strip will be prepared using specialized rovers to clear rocks, level, and compact the surface. Phase 3 – Permanent presence on the Moon. The final phase, from 2033 to 2036, ramps up even further, 29 launches and 150,000 kg of cargo. The key milestone will be delivering the first habitation modules, equipped with life support systems, climate control, airlocks, and other living infrastructure. These will be connected to solar and nuclear power systems installed earlier. Additional rovers with radar and radioisotope thermoelectric generators will be used for exploration and drilling, both with and without crews. NASA aims to establish a full supply chain to support a permanent human presence on the Moon, with astronauts rotating in 28-day shifts. This phase will also lay the groundwork for future missions to Mars and beyond, including developing a lunar industrial zone for 3D printing, using regolith and extracting oxygen, hydrogen, water, and rare earth elements. Producing resources locally would reduce launch costs and enable longer missions. Is this actually possible? The plans are undeniably ambitious. Humans haven't even landed on the Moon in the 21st century yet, and within 10 years, the NASA hopes to establish a permanent presence. However, competition from China is accelerating progress, effectively sparking a new lunar race. According to launch analyst Georgy Trishkin, recent leadership changes at NASA under Jared Isaacman have brought renewed momentum, though timelines remain tight. He notes that achieving a crewed landing by 2028 will be difficult, as neither landers nor new spacesuits are fully ready yet. Internal challenges also persist. NASA experienced significant layoffs in 2025, losing a substantial number of experts. Meanwhile, lunar lander development has been outsourced to private companies, with SpaceX currently leading the race with its Starship HLS, although details remain highly confidential. Can humans actually live on the Moon? There are still major challenges. One of the biggest is lunar dust-sharp, electrically charged particles that stick to everything, clog equipment, damage suits, and cover solar panels. Another serious issue is radiation. Without Earth's protective atmosphere, astronauts face increased cancer risks. Despite these concerns, NASA leadership remains optimistic. As Isaacman stated, now is the time for us to start believing again. Trishkin adds that building a lunar base could be even more important for the space industry than the International Space Station, provided missions become more frequent, affordable, and, most importantly, safe.
Thank you for watching the video on my channel Cosmo Dream.